Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and today we're going to make black currant jelly. Now this is this morning's pickings of black currants, and I have been picking them on a regular basis until I got a lot. Now what I wanted to show you was this little guy. He is an unripe. He is an unripe black currant. Now you can see how they belong to the gooseberry family. Now there's really no need to pick through any leaves or anything like that. My plants are totally organic, and we're going to strain it anyway. So let's make sure they're all unstuck from the bottom. It's my old mom's roasting pan. And we're just going to throw them in that pot. Doesn't matter. We're going to strain it. Everything's organic anyway, so. And then I'm going to throw in today's picking. We are going to make some jelly. Now I'm just going to pour enough water in there to cover them. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer. I don't know, half an hour so. Okay, so our berries have come up to a boil, and we're just going to turn them down to just a little bit below maximum, and we're going to let them rumble away for about 30 minutes. And look how beautiful that color goes in just a few minutes. Okay, now I want to show you these spoons. They come in 3 sizes, and I was sent these by a company called av.com, I believe. And what they are is a really fine mesh skimmer sieve. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate just how nicely, there is foam on top of this jelly stuff, and I want to skim that off. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just want you to have a look and see how clear the juice is that's coming out through the bottom. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's really clear. Beautiful, beautiful job. So, if you want to purchase a pair, I'll let you know at the end of the video, and I will give you a coupon discount, and I may even do a draw for giving away a set of these. Okay, let's get going. What I have here is an old but clean pillowcase stretched over a strainer on top of a stock pot. Don't use one of your good pillowcases, folks. And we're just going to pour this all in there. And we're just going to let that drain. Now I'm just taking the pillowcase from the edge of the sieve and using a spoon, I'm just going to wrap this around here a couple of times. And I'm going to hang the pillowcase without squeezing the bag. Somebody said use paint strainers. Whoops. You can do that if you want. But I'm just going to let this hang just like that overnight until all the juice is dripped out of those berries. You just want to let it sit. Even 12 hours is not a bad idea. My jelly jars have been washed, rinsed, and are boiling in a stock pot with a wire rack in the bottom. Here's our jelly pot, and here is 3.5 cups of black currant juice. Now I'm going to swirl the jar so you can see the color it leaves on the glass. Look at the amount of pectin in that. So we're just going to pour this right into the jelly pot, and I'm going to get 3.5 cups of sugar. Okay, now that we've got our juice in the pot, you want it in a heavy to bottom sauce pot. We have 3.5 cups of juice, so we're going to add 3.5 cups of sugar. Equal amounts, sugar to jelly, or sugar to juice. We're going to bring that up to a boil, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of butter to stop this from foaming. And now we're going to bring this up to a rolling boil. Now remember, a rolling boil is a boil that continues to bubble even though you're stirring it. That does not necessarily mean to boil over. You don't want it to boil over. You just want it to come to a rolling boil. That's a beautiful, look at the color of that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a gorgeous color. You can see it over the steam. Now you want to make sure you use a deep, heavy bottom saucepan because this stuff can rise up. And sugar is not a fun thing to have boil over onto your stove or possibly onto your hands. So always make sure you have a deep enough pot. And here comes the boil. And we're going to continue to stir at a rolling boil until this sheets from the spoon. With the amount of pectin I saw in these black currants, this shouldn't take long. See, there's no need to skim foam because I put that little half teaspoon of butter in there. That is a true rolling boil. And you do not stop stirring this, folks. Especially at this point. Only long enough to see if it's sheeting from the spoon, which it is not yet. Now if you notice, I didn't use my homemade pectin in this. Why? Because black currants have a lot of pectin. This is one of my favorite jellies. I'll take this over grape jelly any day. Now folks, if you happen to have a lot of berry juice, please don't double the recipe. It doesn't work. Don't cook any more than 6 cups of juice and 6 cups of sugar at one time, or it will not set for you. Okay? That's why I'm kind of glad I just, had just enough to do a nice batch. We're looking for the droplets to run together and form a sheet from the spoon. Until then, we're stuck stirring and steaming. Me stirring, me steaming. Almost. See, they're starting to form a sheet. Hallelujah, I'm a bum. Hallelujah, bum again. Hallelujah, give us a hand out to revive us again. God, I don't even know where that came from. My childhood, most likely. Okay, now, they are starting to run together. 5 more minutes. Now see how, you can see how the bubbles are starting to actually look thick themselves? They're having a harder time breaking the surface of the jelly. That's when we know we are really close. Do 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 do. Okay, that is the droplets running together, sheeting from the spoon. Can you see that? That is jelly. So we're going to turn this off and we're going to bottle it. Okay, I have to continue to stir this as it cools down. But here's jelly jar number 1 out of the canner. We're going to fill it to a 1/2 inch from the top. I'm going to take out another jar, set my funnel on that. Always, always, always wipe your rims and your threads. Be very careful, folks. This is boiling hot sugar is basically what it is. Put a clean lid on. Don't want to burn my hands. And into the canner that goes. Well, that made 4 half pints of jelly. Now, I just want to show you in the time that it took me to fill those 4 jars. Look at this jelly. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I'm going to have a piece of toast. I actually don't have a lid that fits this pot, so I put one that's bigger. I just put it on upside down so the steam runs back in. They went into the jars really hot, so 20 minutes. 20 minutes boil bath. And there it is, folks. 4 beautiful jars of organic blackcurrant jelly. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I'm loading the dishwasher and I'm going for a swim, then I gotta fold laundry. But I have to cool down now. Take care, God bless.